Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of JT Nerf Mods. It has been a while. Just cleaning off my workspace here. I apologize. I have been gone for a little bit. Just had to, I don't know, do some stuff. In today's episode, we will be wrapping blasters in duct tape. Might sound funny, but that is what we're doing today. Here are some examples I have done earlier. You may recognize this one. This is on my banner for my YouTube page. And this is another one I did, which is a Batman duct tape wrap. I forgot to explain, but this one's probably self-explanatory. It's a camo wrap. It has their own corresponding magazines to go with each one, which I thought was neat. But in today's episode, we will be duct tape wrapping this blaster in this silver duct tape I have. It's actually craft tape or art tape. You can get it like a Hobby Lobby or something. The tools you'll need for this are a ruler, not really for ruling purposes, but for kind of flattening out parts where there's curves and ridges. You're gonna need a blade of some kind. Make sure it's sharp, and be careful with the blade. People who need supervision, make sure you are supervised. And obviously, duct tape of your choice or craft tape. I got this one from a Hobby Lobby. You could probably get yours from like a Walmart, Hobby Lobby, or another local store of some kind, local craft store. So let's begin by opening the tape. All right, now that you got your tape all freshly opened up, make sure your blaster is free of debris. Kind of brush it off. Just like that. I'm gonna start on the flat side of the blaster just because it's easiest. I don't know. I didn't explain why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because sometimes if you paint a blaster and you don't like how the paint came out, it's kind of hard to unpaint a blaster. But wrapping a blaster is really easy to undo. So without further ado, I'm gonna start by finding the edge of your duct tape. There we go, I found it. And then what you want to do is take a long piece along the widest open spot of your blaster, like so. And it doesn't matter if it's too big because that'll work itself out. But just make sure it's nice and flat without any air bubbles and working itself into work it into the creases of the blaster. That's where I'm using this ruler. Probably a rubber wedge or something. I don't know what to call it. Squeegee. Yeah, a rubber squeegee of some kind would work better. But I have a ruler, so that's what I'm using. And just make sure it gets into all the crevices. And make sure you push down, especially on the edges, so you pronounce them, so you know where to cut. So once you have that all flattened down, you can take your blade and start cutting off excess. This is a fairly simple and straightforward project that doesn't require much explaining. So it's kind of go by feeling. And make sure to lightly cut your duct tape. That way you don't accidentally score your blaster, which would not be good. I've done that once or twice and I did not enjoy it. I hope you guys have had a good holiday and a happy new year so far. Maybe that's it. Maybe I was gone because I was taking the holiday off. Alright, sorry for that cut. I just did a whole lot of trimming and stuff without saying anything, so I figured you wouldn't want to watch me for like 2 minutes doing that. But here is the top part finished, nice and smoothed out, as you can tell. And then you just kind of work down in layers from there. Make sure not to overlap too much with the tape. Luckily, I'm doing a plain print wrapping. With the Batman and camo tape, it was really difficult because both of those had print that semi had to line up. But with this one, it's really easy. You just cover the whole thing and trim it. And obviously, I will not be wrapping the handle. Okay. So I got these layers on. It should only take 3 layers if you are using a standard like duct tape, wide width tape. So I'll come back once this is all trimmed and looking pretty. All right, I'm back and it's looking prettier. I missed a couple spots. My bad. Let's just take care of that real quick. Just want to make sure to go slowly. Take your time, especially around the corners. I did not. I kind of rushed the corners, which is why there's a lot of bare orange spots. But it is looking nice and shiny. It does reflect the light. Good stuff. I don't know much about the science of duct tape, but if you like hit this with a hairdryer, you might be able to like heat it up so you can like go over the creases and folds and then make sure it sticks. I haven't tried that out, so be wary if you do try that out. I guess it's uncharted waters, but you know, I just thought that like if you heated it up just a little bit, it'd make it more malleable. But that's one side. Onto this side. This side is the trickier side because it has the big strife motor box on it and the battery box and all that. So this side by far is a lot easier because it's nice and flat. It would be nice if strife made like a symmetrical strife, that way wrapping it would be easier. Now it's time to wrap this side. This side is a lot trickier. I'm gonna start from the magwell up actually. And I got this leftover piece of tape. I'm gonna see if it fits, which it does, which is quite nice, but it's not exactly it. So I'm gonna put that one on the side. I forgot to brush down this side for debris, so definitely want to make sure to brush down your debris so your blaster remains clean. Another thing I forgot to mention is that check the weather you are doing this in. I am currently doing this in a cold environment, so my duct tape is more rigid and less flexible. So you definitely want to watch out for the temperature of your workspace, because I think it'll affect that, the duct tape's ability to stick and be malleable. Just fixing this little nub here, that can be a little tricky too. A lot of tricky spots, but the end result is worth it. So start with the magwell, shall we? So, rip off a good old, whoops, decent chunk of tape, put it on here. Make sure it smooths over the edges, which it mostly did. All right, there we go. Now just time to cut out the little pieces. Definitely be careful where you cut and how you cut as not to damage your blaster. I just gotta get this flat, so my apologies for leaving the frame. Whoops, revved it all up. Okay, there we go. All flattened on one end. Oops, let's get that more in frame. There we go. All right, now this part is slightly tricky. Kind of just make an incision slightly halfway down. You gotta play this kind of by ear. It's really hard to explain it, but if you try this out, it's really easy to figure out. I should have cut a longer piece because I forgot to account for this in here. So I'll just have to make that an individual piece itself. All right. Actually, this might have worked out in my favor because the lip of the motor is right here, so it's like thicker, so you're gonna need like another layer of tape. So I guess that worked out pretty well. I'll be back once I tape it up or make it look prettier. All right, I'm back and it's looking quite nice down here, nice and smooth. Now we gotta move on to this area here. Nice layer of tape, and I'll later come back and do the battery tray door, but for now I'm just gonna tape over it. And there's the rough shape of it. I'll come back when that's looking pretty. All right, I'm back and it looks pretty shiny too. All right, let's ignore this patch right here, but you know, no one's gonna see that except me and everyone who saw the video. Moving on though, I think one more layer should do it, and should be good to go and have a nice shiny blaster. Whoops. All right, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, should totally have enough room to do that. So, kind of rough final layer. I'll be back once it's pretty. I'm back, and it's basically finished. Nice and shiny on both sides. I just need to get the top with one strip, which should be really easy, because this will stay in place. Maybe I can capture it on live footage. There we go. make a small incision. There we go. There we go, a final shiny piece is in place. Make sure the jam door opens, which it does, which is very good. All right, small incision here. A little bit of tweaking here. A little bit more of an incision there. I guess it didn't want to play. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go off camera to use my hands a little more. There we go, it is done. I don't know how well this turned out on camera, but it looks pretty good in person. Sorry this wasn't an exact like step-by-step tutorial. It is slightly hard to explain, but it'll get more self-explanatory if you do it yourself. Obviously there's some patches I can do, but I'll do that like off camera later. This is just the gist and journal of it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'll be trying to upload more regularly now and come out with more Nerf content, but I hope you enjoyed this video of JT Nerf Mods. Welcome back, and have a good rest of your day.